Alright guys, and welcome to another episode. Today I'm going to go over flow pattern in the tank, as well as give you an update on the aquascape change that I made. So let's go with the aquascape. So I've been kind of lazy in the fact that I've left a lot of stuff that were no longer really frags on my frag rack. So I finally changed that. I had to make a shelf for all the SPS that I had up there, which is why you see that kind of flat shelf up top. And I'll show you all the pieces up there now. So now I'm going to talk about flow. I had a person in my local reef club comment on why I had so many power heads in the tank. So just to show you again, I have 5 power heads total. 3 on the back wall that are 425 gallon per hour Corellias. I have 2 1500 gallon per hour Corellias on each side, and then I have my return. That gives me about it's supposed to be 800 gallons per hour. It's probably about 650 to 700 coming back because it's just a straight shot. So the way I set them up, it gives me a nice random flow. I'll show you the flow pattern first. You can see the sea fan kind of jostling back and forth. You can see the polyp extension on the SPS. There you go. Flowing back and forth. The bubble tip. Here on the bird's nest. You see how it gets kind of spurts of flow coming through back and forth down to the LPS. That really shows you the flow. As you can see with the hammers, the torch, the 2 torches, the frog spawn, nothing's getting beat up. But there's a reason for that. But you see there is significant flow. If you look at the long tentacle anemone, you can really tell that there's flow that goes back and forth, with random spurts, strong spurts of flow to give it that nice randomness, as you can see there, flowing back. Okay? You can see the bubble coral there. Nice back and forth motion of randomness. So what I did with the SPS that was up on the rack, I just moved it down. So here's the flower pot monopora, green with blue polyps, the acros, the pinniped bird's nest, the sour apple bird's nest, the monopora crapicornis. I want you guys to note that on the rim of all these, there's a nice white rim plating out, showing that it is everything is definitely growing. Okay, I moved the Hollywood Stunner chalice over to this side. You can see it also has that nice white rim of growth. I just wanted to get away from all this center stuff in the middle, so those long tentacles don't sting anything else. Alright, so here's how I got that flow. As you can see, you have 2 1500 gallon per hour power heads on each side. These are not directly one to another. They're offset. As you can see, not only this one's a little more to the left, the other one's a little bit more to the right. This one's pointed a little upward, whereas the other one's pointed straight on. Okay, this one's also canted a little towards the front, whereas the other one's straight on into the rockwork. So that does something. These power heads on the back are pointed in towards the rockwork, as you can see. So what that helps do is it causes a flow through the rocks, so you don't get anything stagnant, no dead spots, if you will, in the tank, to get a buildup of detritus. It also helps push that water towards the front of the glass, which helps spread it out to both sides, left and right. I also have my return pointed, one's towards the front of the tank and one's towards the back. That helps get that kind of circular motion of water. Having the 2 power heads on the sides, canted off to the sides, not pointing directly at each other, avoids that kind of turbulent tornado that a lot of people get in the middle of the tank. Because they're at certain distances apart, not everything is hit by the flow of everything at the same time. So that's why you'll see that you get a flow from one side, and then a couple seconds later you get the flow back to the other side. And that's caused because let's say the long tentacle anemone here is getting hit from flow from different things at different times. So it feels like a random flow. It's not a constant one-sided flow. And that helps, as you can see, this is, really healthy specimen. And it helps keep it healthy, clean, keeps the sand bed, as you can see, very clean. I don't clean my sand bed. There's no need to. The flow keeps that nice undertow through the tank, so it keeps it nice and clean. There's no need for me to go through and clean it and scrub it, nothing like that. Now there's my clam. It's not liking that I'm so close, but there you guys, gives you a look at the clam. And as you can see, I'm keeping everything from zoas to LPS to SPS, acros, anemones, the clam, and everything is thriving in this tank. The fish are happy. You can see the back and forth sway motion. I think a lot of that has to do, obviously, with the lighting. I have proper lighting over the tank with the LEDs, but I also think it has a lot to do with the flow. Things like random flow patterns and not a constant beating from one side. I think adjusting your power heads, taking the time to really get kind of a variable flow through your tank so not everything's getting hit with the same flow at the same time helps. You don't need to go out and spend, $200-300 on a wave controller to get this effect. And I'm showing here I have good quality power heads with Corellias, but they're not the high-end power heads. They're good quality, so you can keep them for a long time, but you're not spending $100 per power head either. So I'm just want to show that it can be done using the middle end power heads to get a nice random flow without the need or use of a controller. It can be done, as you can see. I have no timers on these. It's just random flow. The only thing I do, guys, is I turn off the two big pumps on the sides during the night, and that gives the reef and the fish kind of a lower cycle, so that way they're not having to struggle and work as hard at night, and that way they can rest. But then as soon as the lights come on in the morning, I turn them back on, and they're having their random flow reef again. Everything that, if things were upset, they wouldn't be out. I mean, you see the full extension on the hammer. Every polyp is fully extended, same with the torches. The frog spawn that's been in my tank, this is the new frog spawn that I just added, so it's still getting acclimated to the tank. But this torch has been in the same amount of time, this little one right here in between, next to my obviously bigger torch. And this one's been in there the same amount of time, and it's already fully extended. It likes the random flow. And obviously, the huge long tentacle anemone. Again, guys, this is just a kind of a different look at setting flow pattern in your tank without needing controllers or anything expensive like that. It can be done. You just got to take your time. Everything with this hobby takes time. There's no rushing it. You just look at where you set it, take a look at it, see what it's doing, and adjust accordingly. Remember, if you have two things pointed directly at each other, you're just going to get a clash of water movement, and it's just going to cause kind of like a tornado in the middle of your tank. So you just want to kind of offset things, get that nice flow through your walkwork, so that way you don't got to have any dead spots, and it pushes up to the front of the glass to get a nice spread for those LPS, so they're not getting beat by direct flow. Alright guys, again, that's the new Aquascape there as well. Please rate, comment, subscribe. Any suggestions, anything that you would like me to comment on, anything that you would like me to cover that I haven't yet covered in any of the videos. Again, still keeping with the Chinese 165 watt LEDs, and they're doing fantastic. We're at a little over 6 months now with LEDs, and you can see that everything's growing and doing just fine. So please rate, comment, subscribe, and give me any suggestions, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.